Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today, we are joined by a very special live guest and a good friend of mine, Crypto Goes, Marco from Crypto Goes. And there's a lot we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, the price action, how to stay safe and make the most out of it. We're also going to talk about some low carb gems we're looking at. And today is not just about the low carb gems we're looking at, we're also going to discuss some low carb gems that the audience have suggested to us in our videos, particularly three. So if you're interested, if you want to see your projects being reviewed, be sure to drop a comment, not just in our live streams, but in our videos as well. Turn the notification bell on so that we can see it as early as possible. So thank you for joining us today, Crypto Goes. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
All right then. Okay, would you like to, for those who don't know, would you like to introduce yourself again to the audience?
My name is Marco, or crypto YouTube channel as Crypto Goals. So I'm making videos about cryptocurrencies, same as like SSM. So making mainly videos about crypto gems that I believe in, like long term, like a good projects. I only make videos about good, legit projects, not any Trump, Putin, I don't do these coins, no meme coins, no Pepe, no
Yeah.
no Doge, no Elon, no nothing. So yeah, just a good project that I believe in for long term, and so basically I share videos and project that I would buy myself, not just to shield a project. So you get my
All
point.
right then. Yeah, that's amazing. So if you guys aren't subscribed already, be sure to head over to Ghost channel. It makes some very unique videos and some great low carb gems. Not just low carb gems, how to move in the markets, how to buy in, exit and entry strategies, and so on. So to kick off this live stream, let's look at Bitcoin. And this is one of the most interesting charts I've ever seen, and it's just a very good summary of what crypto is. Very volatile, very uncertain, and a lot of people got wrecked. People saying, "Oh, bears are wrecked." In the same day, those same people were now saying bulls are wrecked because of this crazy price action. And this should be a very good lesson for everyone in crypto. I'm not against it entirely. I mean, if it works for you, do it. But leverage trading, if you have no idea what you are doing in crypto, please avoid leverage trading, because those people who got burnt yesterday, those people who lost money yesterday, were the ones leverage trading. If you were a bull, you would have gotten wrecked yesterday. If you were a bear, you would have gotten wrecked. If you are still new to the space and you don't really know technical analysis, I mean, I'm not good at technical analysis. I avoid it completely. And if you don't have a good idea what you're doing, there was a lot of invalidation yesterday. There was a lot of liquidation. The bears and the bulls both got affected. However, there are people like me on the sideline who really doesn't care. Whenever I see someone like me in the long term, whenever I see major dips like this, oh, it's a good time to DCA. Whenever I see major pumps like this, oh, another good time to DCA, maybe out this time and just take some profits. So I'm just an enjoyer, or whatever you guys call it, out in the crypto space. Just, sometimes it's best not just to jump into the markets. Sometimes the best trade you can make is just sitting on your hands and doing nothing, observing the markets before taking an action. Many people make the mistake of thinking they have to enter the space at the absolute bottom. You would never be able to do that. It's impossible to time the bottom perfectly. Sometimes the best trade you make, if, for example, you're about to go to 100%, sometimes it's best to wait for a confirmation. Maybe the market has stabilized, it's moving up, and you see that, oh, we have a good valid entry. It's moved up by like 30%. I'm going to ride the remaining, I'm going to get an extra 60% upwards. People have been tricked into thinking they need to get to the absolute bottom and sell at the absolute top. And you'll never be able to do that. The best traders are the ones who make profits. And many people are not able to do this because they are either leverage trading without understanding what they are doing, or they're investing emotionally. So sometimes just take a step back, analyze the markets. Don't be so emotional. Don't be a crazy bull. Don't be a crazy bear. Be intelligent. Be an intelligent investor. And that's how you can take advantage of ridiculous situations like this. The crypto market is extremely volatile. even with Bitcoin. Now you can imagine how crazy it's going to be with altcoin. And that's one of the biggest problems in the crypto space. A lot of impatient people. People are so impatient that they really want to, get as much gains. And whenever the market dips by like 5%, they sell at a loss. Whenever it goes up by like 20%, oh, they begin to FOMO in. All of these emotions, one of the best solutions to it is to dollar cost average. Because when you dollar cost average, you're taking away your emotional factor out of it. You're just investing in the fundamentals, you're investing based on the market cap and how high you can see it go. Take, for example, every week you can put in $100 in your favorite altcoin. And it doesn't really matter how it behaves, except in extreme movements. When it moves up extreme, you take some profits, maybe like 10%. When it goes down, you can decide, oh, let me DCA in a bit more. So these are the kind of things that I just like to bring to your attention, especially with Bitcoin's behavior yesterday. I mean, crypto is not a scam. Bitcoin is not a scam. It's just people's mindsets. It's so ridiculous how people are in the space. People getting overly excited with meme coins again, and people whining about being liquidated because Bitcoin is moving quick. Well, that's crypto, and that's how volatile the market is. You just need to get smart, and you need to play this game right. And you can do that by DCing and avoiding leverage trading if you don't know what you're doing. So, what are your thoughts on this, Marco? How how would you advise people to move across the crypto space, especially in volatile conditions like this?
First of all, to begin with your topic about the leverage trading, basically, I don't have money to lose, so I don't I don't trade leverage. I don't have extra money to throw out the window because, this I have not seen for bitcoins for so long time. Like this is like a rug pull chart, right? This is like unreal how they liquidated it, just flat down, So it was crazy. It went down like what 2-3K in like 15 minutes or something, like crazy. So I follow Warren Buffett's quote, quote, rule number one, never lose money, and the rule number two is never forget the rule number one. So I don't, I don't like leverage trading. It's not for me. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I like to trade spot trading. The coins that I hold are mine. I can never be liquidated. If the price goes down, it goes down. I will DCA more. That's why I never buy at one time, all the coins. I have, funds to DCA if it drops lower, and that's it. I make always good average purchasing price. So I'm happy with the buy because I never buy high and never, so I know how to do it. But in general, for Bitcoin, Ethereum, I think. It's not for me. I don't really like to trade or buy either of them because they're too big already. I mean, I target like mid caps and micro cap projects. So basically, you should have like let's say 80% of your portfolio like in mid cap or bigger caps. But then you have these 20% that you trade the micro caps, and with that 20%, you're gonna make much more than the 80% that you have holding with the big ones. So what my strategy is, I bought like a lot of the tokens which I favorize, which I like, but like bigger caps, and I hold those. But the other part of the money I buy like smaller market cap projects, and then they gonna get much faster, bigger gains than the big ones. So once you make from those, then you can take a little bit of profit and then pour into big one, but the small market cap projects pull down a lot now. For example, like AI coins dropped down like 3-4x from the high from February. So it's a great entry. It's like a big pullback. It's not a 50% pullback. It's much more. So AI will be trend afterwards as well. Now it's just a cool down. So I need to take the opportunity to DCA them now. And I think that the AI project's gonna earlier pump again back to those highs to 3-4x than the big coins, because you can see bull run not gonna happen in the next 2-3 months, right? But AI most likely gonna get back up to that 3-4x where it was in February. So invest in AI gems and then take those profits from there and then pour into mid caps, and then you chill, because we're gonna have now probably maybe another little bit of pump for BTC, then probably summertime, like dump correction. Summer is always like dead, no one trades on summer. And then September, bearish, preparing, and October start bullish, and then about April is the halvening. So 6 months before the halvening always starts BTC to climb up as well, and the bull run starts. So yeah, we're gonna have another leg up. I think for AI and all these like smaller gems now in the next 1-2 months, and then on
Yeah.
summer correction, and then beginning of the bull run. I mean, DCAing for the bull run.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. And, those are some extremely smart strategies. Because if you think about it, the mid caps and the high caps, they might not give you crazy amounts of returns, right?
No,
But they are
they're
much
gonna
more, they are
only come
relatively
when it's bull
safer.
run. Now is not bull
Yeah.
run.
Now it's not the bull run. So you can take advantage by, having like a smaller percentage in low caps, and that you can take a lot of risk with, and then move over the profits from those riskier investments into your favorite high to mid cap. And you mentioned something very important that I think we should emphasize a little bit, and that's, you know, investing now, especially being patient in narratives, even if they are not doing anything, because a lot of people want to buy a project today, and then they want it to 3x in a week or in two
Yeah.
weeks and that it doesn't work that way. Take for example AI is not as popular as it was in February,
AI
and
was
you see,
flat for like a year.
yeah, and we're seeing
Singularity Net
the
was flat.
interest
Look the chart
has
for
dropped.
Singularity Net was flat for a long time.
And that's the nature of the space. I mean, if you're able to look at these things, if you're able to look at narratives and then invest in those narratives before it comes out. I've talked about narratives a lot. I've talked about how you can detect these narratives before they actually blow up. I've made so many videos about them, and I think it's very important, because sometimes when a project is boring, that's when you want to invest into it. I was
Yeah,
talking about Defina Finance is one of the first videos I was making, and I was like, this project is boring, but look at it. The team is constantly building. They're at a very low price. All of the vestings are done. All of the seed rounds are done, and they are still releasing updates. This is a project that I wouldn't wait for people to start talking about it before I invest in it, because I was able to get that foresight of, oh, there this formula of a low market cap, hardworking team, constant developments, good tokenomics, all of these different things I look for in a good project. It's ticked all of those boxes. I'm not going to wait for YouTubers to start making video on it
yeah.
before I buy it. I'm not
Then
going
it's
to
too
wait
late.
for exactly, then it's too late. So sometimes a project, when it's boring or when it's moving up slowly, that's when you want to get into it. And I think we are still far from done with AI. I think AI is going to take the whole world by storm, because is doing a lot of things. Recently, somebody created a commercial, a complete pizza commercial using AI. The script was written by AI, the video was generated by AI. There are concerns about AI taking over people's jobs, and stuff like that. So, all of these things with AI and how it can be enhanced on the blockchain should make you start thinking, oh, let me look for good crypto projects that will take advantage of it once people start talking about AI like crazy. Look at Epic Protocol, look at Viot, I mean, look at Dimitra, look at Cleantech CTI. So many good low cap AI gems
Yeah,
out there that you can take advantage of. And based on this idea of projects that are boring, I'm going to come back to our picks. I'm going to come back to the projects we are talking about, but let me quickly discuss some of the audience comments on my video. And one particular project, I'm getting a notification. One particular project that I get a lot of comments on my videos is Shield Protocol. Let me quickly bring that up. So, Shield Protocol, I looked into Shield Protocol, and it's certainly an interesting project, but I have some concerns about it. So, when you're in the crypto space, there's something like I always like to say: good idea, bad execution. Shield Protocol has a very good idea. I mean, what they aim to do is really nice, and it's all about security and all in one place. And if you look at the website, you see more of what they are saying. A multi-chain wallet, multi-chain bridge, two-factor authentication on blockchain, GameFi and NFTs. all of these things while keeping it secure. It's got a low market cap, and you see these things and you're like, oh, that why not get into this project? However, there are some concerns that I have about the project. Despite the good ideas and everything, I still think, you need to be careful with this project, because when I dug deeper, I found out that it's got some issues with the smart contracts, especially in terms of minting and the amount of wallets, high percentage. So these are things you look out for. I'm not saying is bad, but what I would say is a high risk play. So if you believe this is a project that can correct some of these things and move on forward while improving on their tokenomics and their vesting schedule, I think it's certainly an interesting project. But I would also be careful, because I saw I'm not one to chase green candles. Like, if you look at the price action, it's a little bit. I mean, look at this, from 0.15 all the way up to 9. So that's over close to 5x from that point. So, yeah, if you check the market cap and you believe in the idea and you're not too worried about how high it would be, then look at it as a high risk play. But personally, I would be careful with this project. I've gotten so many comments about it, and I'm saying I like the idea, but I'm concerned about the execution. I'm also concerned about some of the smart contract issues, especially with this. The owner can change the balance. The contract owner has the authority to modify balance of tokens at other addresses. Also, the mint function is they are able to mint more of the project. So take what you can out of take what you can out of this
Infinite
information.
supply.
Is a really high risk play. I think
Infinite
you
supply.
need to be careful about that. I think you need to be careful about that. But if you believe, it's gone really high and it can dump like 60%, and you want to take advantage, get in, get out, then by all means you can do so. Just exercise a lot of caution with this project. So what are your thoughts on it, Marco?
I checked it as well. I mean, the project itself is good. Obviously, I never buy anything that is pumped this much, even if it's Bitcoin. I don't buy anything that is pumped like 4, 5, 6x in like 1 week or something. So uh, the project, the idea is good. Same opinion. But again, if they can change the contract, then it's it's okay to trade with a small bag. Like, you throw $100 in it, and then what happens? But you don't put like 2, 3, 5K in it, because then if they decide to mint more, then what you're gonna do is, like, I'm selling you a product that I'm giving you a product that I want some money for. You give me that money, and I can print of that product infinite quantity. So
Yeah, I understand. It's a bit of a concern. I like the
the
idea of
more quantity you have, the
multi-chain
less value it has.
security.
So
Yeah,
good for a
you
trade.
just
Look,
need to be
look. I
careful.
tell you honestly. So what I would do is, if it comes back to that flat line where it was before, I would throw in some, maybe 100-200 bucks to that level, around, maybe a little bit higher, to not be exact bottom. So a little bit higher than that, it's like 35, 40 cents, something like that. I would put like 100 bucks in it. If it goes to $1 to $3, I would take profit, and that's it. But I would not invest any, like, serious money, in it,
Yeah, and
because
I think that's another important aspect of crypto. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. I mean, I'm okay losing $100. If it does 3x, I mean, that's good bonus money. If it does 10x, if it goes up, yeah, that's always a good money.
you
Making
know I
$900
always
in profit.
I realize that in general, people don't like when people are honest, but I cannot sell. It's good. I think it has 100x potential. I like to get honest feedback. That's why I ask someone opinion, because I want to get honest feedback. Someone share projects in a Patreon as well. And then, oh, what do you think about this? That. But then, if I don't think that the project is good, then you shouldn't feel bad that I said that I don't like the project, because I give you honest opinion. If you want me to tell you always that it's good, then I can tell every project is good what you share. Then that is not my opinion. So you know, um, don't feel bad if someone say no to you. Like, or if someone says I wouldn't buy it, it's not good or something. Then you say, okay, let me find another one. Let me find another one. But don't take it personal, like you found a bad gem or something. It just take it as a learning lesson. Isn't it better if I tell you that I don't believe, I don't trust in a project, and you don't buy, and then after it goes down or whatever, you didn't lose money. You just, don't take anything
Yeah,
personal. This is
yeah. I
our
mean,
opinion.
at the end of the
Even
day, it's better to miss out on some gains than to lose
yeah,
all of your
to
funds.
lose.
So
Yeah, of
is
course.
as long as you are not losing money, it's not a bad trade. Sometimes, like I said in the beginning of this live stream, sometimes the best trade is no trade at all. It's better
You know,
you have 100% of your money than you should lose
it's hard to find
50% of your
these gems.
capital.
If that would be easy to find these gems, everyone would be doing it. If you can see in YouTube, excluding the meme coins, there is about how many of us? You, SSL, you, Seth, Archie, me, Cryptopia, John,
Crypto
and
grinds.
Crypto Gains. Find some good gems as well. But there is like five, six, seven of us that find good gems. I don't know any other YouTubers. They talk about big projects, and BitBoy talks about Singularity Net as well, when already is 15x, and this stuff. So big YouTubers doesn't talk about small market cap projects. So it's hard to find these gems, and that's why we like dig a lot in them to find good ones. Like I see, like mostly channels, either talk about news, which drive me crazy, because I don't need 15 channels that talk about news, because what for? The second thing, for
Yeah.
example, I want to realize in the big channels is that big channels never gonna tell you opinion about the project, because they gonna only talk about the project when they get paid. So now if you ask, like bigger YouTuber, 50, 60, 70, 100k YouTuber, you say, what do you think about this project? What do you think? I don't invest in low caps, just Bitcoin, Ethereum. For me, YouTuber is not crypto YouTuber is not a YouTuber who only invests in Bitcoin, and Ethereum. It's my grandma and my grandpa, not
Yeah.
a
High
YouTuber. You
caps,
understand?
mid cap, and low cap
Because
gems.
anyone who is driving a tractor, he knows about Bitcoin. But to
Yeah.
find a good project, legit project, that's what I need the knowledge for. So for me, YouTubers that say to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're not legit for me. It's not a YouTuber for me. Like
Yeah, I get what you mean. And over 20,000 crypto projects, we do our best to bring you some gems. And the second project that I got to comment on, and I'm really glad I looked into it, is Centrifuge. I think this project has a lot of potential because some of the low caps I like to accumulate are the ones that are really practically like mid caps, close to 100 million. Because by the next bull run, the newcomers might see a lot of utility in a project like this, and then just start buying it, because institutions will find projects like this attractive. Institutions would not want to invest in projects that are like 1 million. That's something that retail will do. And Centrifuge is in a narrative that I'm super bullish on, and that's real world assets. And there's a lot to like about this project. I do have some concerns about it, or complaints, more complaints than concerns, and that's mainly its accessibility and the fact that you can't really get it on decentralized exchanges. You need Kraken or Coinbase, and those are limited to usually the US. But Centrifuge is an interesting one. Look at the partnerships. Aave, Polkadot, Moonbeam. I mean, this project is very interesting, and the reason why I'm bullish on a project like Centrifuge is because the world is quickly becoming a global market, and the blockchain makes that so much easier than on traditional web2 space. And if a project like this can break down barriers, it opens up a lot of markets to new investors and new money flowing into it. So I think Centrifuge is very interesting, an on-chain ecosystem for structured credits. And what I like about it the most are the partnerships. If you look at MakerDAO, is one of the top DeFi protocols on the Ethereum blockchain, and you see them putting a good review like this. Integration not only advances DeFi but brings many benefits to the MakerDAO system. So it's combining real world assets and this blockchain tool that I keep talking about, something that a lot of other projects can use. So I think the fact that these people are sitting at this market cap is less than 100 million. In the bull run, I think this project can go very high, especially for what they are doing. So I think is very important. The ability for a project to bring real world assets on chain is going to be a big deal in the crypto space. It makes a lot more option for finances, and the USA is quickly becoming not favorable with crypto. We've got a lot of Africans. You'll be surprised. The adoption of crypto is going to take place in Africa, the Middle East, and in Asia. And when you get a form of investment that these people normally don't have, and by these people I'm referring to people like me in West Africa or maybe in Asia and other parts of the world, when they get new investment opportunities, is a project like this will be very bullish. So on-chain opportunities for real world assets is really opening up the markets, and is possible with crypto. Centrifuge is a project that is doing just that. So investment has become easier, liquidity access, diversification, and so on. I think this project has a lot of potential. It's got good partnerships, and I'm really glad, a viewer puts this comment in one of my videos to look into it. So, what are your thoughts on real world assets? It's a narrative I'm very bullish on. Is a narrative that I'm regularly looking at. Is a narrative I've made several videos on. What are your thoughts on real world assets, Marco? Do you think it's something that will become big? Is it something that you feel like is better on the crypto space? Providing more opportunity for investments.
I'm not sure what they actually do in DeFi. What they actually do in DeFi.
Well, okay, it
This,
brings real world assets. You can see here a protocol bringing real world assets on chain, building a better financial system. So you can get you know you can tokenize properties and assets, then you can put it out on lending. You can stake it. You can get rewards for it. You can
yeah,
own parts of
I'm
it.
bullish on it.
So
I'm bullish
yeah,
on it. I'm
I
bullish
think
on the Labs Group, for example, who is in like real estate thing, because some people cannot buy like one property. They have only like a few $100, so they invest like portion of a property as well. And there are projects as well, like who basically do like what you call it, like when you travel as well, it's in Labs Group as well. Like when you travel, you can rent out
yeah.
spaces, and you can get like monthly income and stuff. So yeah, I think is good. I think this bullish narrative, because actually I saw one site as well, Crypto Gains shared a few days ago, that there is a site that basically they are selling real world assets in BTC, like real estate in Dubai, in Italy, in many other countries. uh, that's um, so so yeah, there are sites already who are adopting these real world asset stuff.
Yeah,
So
I'm
basically
giving it a lot of DeFi
yeah,
capabilities. I think that
they
that's
are
that's
they're
good.
listing on the site like everything, like gadgets, like or any items, like real estate, everything. It's basically in BTC. Really, really interesting site. You can buy cars, you can buy real estate, you can buy goods in BTC. Everything is listed in satoshis as well. So yeah, I think there is going to be adoption. That's the first site I have seen that basically they're utilizing this. So I think it's gonna do well. And as I said, I'm holding Labs Group myself. I sent out a long time ago a buy alert on that one, when it, oh my god, like in December or something. So I'm holding
Oh,
that
that's
Labs Group,
very long.
which is up already like 10x or something. So yeah, Labs Group is positive, and the real world asset narrative is good as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, my major concern or major issue is not too much of an issue, but you can't see it on an explorer. If you want to get this project, it's mainly on KuCoin, Kraken, Gate.io, and OKX. So all centralized exchanges. I would like to see, the option to have complete control of these assets that you are holding, in terms of holding this project for the long term. But it's still a good project nonetheless. I really hope they can move on. So yeah, and that's going to lead me to some projects we are looking at, and let's start with freelance crypto. Like I said, I'm always into narratives, and before I know, there's a project you like to talk about, and before that, the reason why I'm into freelance crypto is mainly because um is a great Web3 solution to a Web2 problem. And what are the problems with freelance in the Web2 space? We've got so many barriers. We've got banking issues. We've got tax. Imagine 20% payments cuts when you're trying to connect with clients and professionals all over the world. So I think um, there's a lot of issue with freelancing in the Web2 space, and the blockchain makes it transparent, it makes it instant, and it makes it fair. That's very important. So based on that, there are several projects we're looking at in terms of freelancing, and there aren't much. And we've got Lanceria, a project that I believe will do very well. And this is what I'm talking about, when it comes to investing in crypto projects. When people see Lanceria now, it looks so boring. It's just moving. It's not exciting. But if you're smart enough to look at what the project is doing and look at the long-term potential, look at the narratives they're tackling, and look at the market cap, you know that, oh, this is a project that can generate demand, and then you begin to pay attention to events that are on the horizon. This is a project that is at a very low market cap right now because they just concluded the test nets and the main net is about to launch. So getting in on projects while they are boring, kind of like getting in on AI before people started talking about it, is something that is one of the best ways to make a lot of gains in the crypto space. And the fact that Lanceria is going to tackle a lot of this problem, is going to have a teaching hub for both freelancers and clients looking to get started with the space. The fact that it's going to make it, the token would have a lot of utility in that is going to be the settlement, the crypto token for payments on the platform, and in terms of percentage fees, lower percentage fees than using stable coins. If you pay attention to the fact that they are partnered with IBM and Chainlink as an API data provider, I mean, there's just so much to love about this project. The fact that you can use fiat to to pay for those who prefer the Web2 method and they want to use fiat, and it converts it to stable coins and then pays the freelancer. There's so much that they are doing that I believe is positive for the project in the long term. And I think these are the things you should pay attention to in a project, not just the price action. 77% in circulation, low market cap, interesting ideas, good partnerships, hardworking devs. What do you prefer to invest in Pepe, Inu, before you invest in a project
What
with
else
strong
do you want?
utility?
What else do you want?
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on Lanceria based on these things?
Basically, I find out about this project from you because I watched your video, and then I did like a deeper research, and I was shocked that how hell a project with this good utility, great tokenomics, as you said, 77% out, um, you know, with good crazy like collaborations like Chainlink, Amazon Web Services, IBM, SafePal, and all this. How this project can be $500,000 market cap project still, like this type of projects took off in February, and this project should be already $2-3 million market cap at least. So I really don't know how. I bought today a lot, really a lot, because I believe in this. Because it's, when many times, often you see. Like crypto companies share at the bottom of their like a website saying that we have collaboration with these partners with this, but then you research and you don't find them. But then I did research as well. I made a video about it today as well. It's on my channel. So basically, if you go there on their Twitter account, you can see that Chainlink literally retweeted that Lanceria uses they use Lanceria. So it's Chainlink as well. Then there was a collaboration with IBM as well. There was one news like magazine as well posted about them as well, like IBM partnerships. So these are all legit partnerships. It's not like they're just saying that it is really a partnership. So I don't know how this project can be so undervalued, in my opinion. And now it's on big correction. It's went down from like a lot. If you open the chart so people can see. It's went down. It went to 006 and now is 002 or something. Yeah, so it had a decent correction. If you open on on in the markets on go on markets and open on BNB chart, like on yeah, on PancakeSwap. Open on PancakeSwap, so it's much better to see. So you can see here that how much it corrected now ever since there was like a good pump when you mentioned the project, and after now look at this. So now is a cool down, and then another rally gonna continue, I guess, in next week or two. Because it had corrected very nice, so I think it's good deep opportunity for another rally. Same like in the AI sector, like so many AI gems are 3-4x down from the February high. So in my opinion, they are no-brainer coins. Coins with utility, with good collaborations, with good tokenomics. And the other thing is, like, can you find another project with these partnerships and 70%, 77% circuiting supply? Impossible. They're all
Yeah.
2.5, 3 million market cap already. There isn't any. So that's why I was shocked. Like, what the hell? How is this possible? That if this project you would find at this market cap in December, I understand. In January, February, I understand. Now, I don't understand, because every project moved.
Yeah, I mean that's the beauty about doing research like this, finding these gems before everyone starts talking about them. I think that's one of our missions as, gem hunters and the likes. And another freelance project that I'm super bullish on is Hive. Hive, if you think about it, Lanceria had an all-time high market cap of about $10 million, sitting at
Yeah,
500K. So to $10 million, just revisiting its all-time high market cap, that's a 20x from this point. So
yeah.
imagine you put in $500, 20x, that's like $10K just from this
And
point.
and
And
don't
if
forget
it
that they
goes
came out
beyond
with a
that,
bear
like
market.
100 million, that's over 100x. So that's 200x from this point. And this is a multi-billion-dollar sector that these projects are
100 million
tackling. And
market cap
guys,
is easily doable, in my opinion. 200x, it's easily
is
doable.
easily doable. And if you think about it, for the problem they are solving, for the industry they are tackling, only these two projects that I'm aware of that are tackling freelance industry, and they
Yeah.
do it well. That's the thing I love about them the most. The fact that Hive has a working product, Hive is just chock full of utility. One of my favorite thing about Hive is the number of tokens they've integrated already with the platform. I mean, with Hive, every crypto project that is on their platform automatically becomes a currency. Sandbox, you can accept Sandbox as payments. You can accept Morpheus Labs as payments if they integrate it. And there are so many projects that they are integrating onto their platform. And look, this is the stage that Lanceria would get to, and this is why I believe Lanceria would absolutely blow up in June, in the coming few months,
Once they
because
launch the mainnet, yeah.
exactly the mainlet's about to launch. So you're getting it early. So look at Hive already has a working product. I mean, if you want to become a Discord mod, we've got projects listing for 25 USDT, 12 ADS, whatever that project is, USDC, it's the Hive token itself. So much utility that is bringing to the crypto space, and a very big problem that is solving in the Web2 space. I think Hive is a great project with a lot of long-term potential. Once the
And what's the
pandemic,
market cap for Hive
the
at the
market cap
moment?
of Hive is also very low. I think about 1.5 million. Let's see. The market cap of Hive is just
1.7.
$1.7 million, and
So
it's got a lot going for it. About
2.5
35
times
percent.
bigger than, yeah. But they have a working
Yeah,
product.
than
So
Hive.
once they
It's
launch
got like
on summer,
35.
it's
If
going
you
to be
check
easily
it
go up 3
on,
4x. Lanceria as
yeah,
well.
let me see. I think
But their
Coin
tokenomics is not
CoinGecko
as good
shows.
as Lanceria, 28% only.
Yeah, okay. So it's got 53% in circulation. So
Uh-huh.
much better
So this one, yeah,
tokenomics.
coin market cap is never correct with this tokenomics or not. Seriously,
Yeah,
I
I
check all
don't
the
know
time. Like
why.
CoinGecko is correct 90% of the time, but coin market cap is never correct with the tokenomics. So yeah,
Yeah,
then the market cap is
3.5
bigger,
million in
3.5.
circulation.
So it's 7 times bigger than Lanceria.
Exactly, 7 times
Because they
bigger
have
than
a
Lanceras.
because they have a working product. People like to see product that you have. So once Lanceria launch as well, they're gonna be same 3.5 million, but they're gonna ask us, should I buy Lanceria now? So,
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about it now. Now that it's boring, now that it's not doing anything,
yeah.
these are the times to get into good and interesting projects. So, yeah, I think Hive, I think Lancera, they are very good projects, and it's more than just having it under the ecosystem. Lancera literally is a data provider. With their APIs, other projects can utilize it, and that's also adding these blockchain tools that I'm always harping about in my videos recently. I think projects that bring utility to other projects in the space is a big deal. So it's a great project. I think Lancera has a lot of potential, and I'm going to aside from Lancera and Hive, there's this other project too that I covered recently, and it's tackling the music industry, and people are always so impatient, wanting so much excitement and activity. I think there's a need to diversify your portfolio, just like the way people say you should diversify the workplace. So I think Hive Hustle also brings a kind of unique utility to the music industry, and for a good use case for NFTs. Artists right now can get started on the projects, and for the market cap and for the use cases, the projects recently on Monday, yeah, Monday, the owner of the projects sent out a message that on Monday they are going to have some strong marketing campaigns and release some new products within the metaverse. And if you think about it, they are having talks with so many other metaverse projects. So Hive's approach, why do I keep saying Hive? Hustle's approach to music is to give creators full control and full ownership. I think that's a very use case, and considering the price and the market cap, I think this project is also quite oversold at the moment, about 400K in market cap. So these are low cap gems that I think have good utility in the space, and that in the long term they will do very well, especially because they have good use cases. Instead of just gambling money on meme coin, I would rather invest in these things, for the long term. No matter, they've got more potential in terms of being adopted. So I think Hive has a good use case for NFTs. You can check their websites. Artists are already listing it, and is a good way to support music industry within the crypto space if that's a narrative that you're bullish on. I think I like the fact that I added it to part of the crypto projects I cover, because I don't cover too many entertainment cryptos. Audios is the only music project I've covered, and that's went up to over $300 million in market cap. This is about 400K in market cap. So, and it's got this low cap advantage, so it's got higher potential for rewards. I think it's an interesting project, and its use of metaverse is interesting. Many artists can be encouraged to release their albums, and you can interact with them. You can interact with other fans and then launch their albums on the platform in the metaverse. So interesting projects, good use for NFTs, already being used out there by different artists. I think that's a good use case for the project, and a low market cap. These are the kind of things I look for in a project, and you know decide to put funds in it for the long term. I think once this project starts to gain more recognition, once more artists use it and tell their fans to connect with them, I think these are the kind of things that cause a project to grow. So, what are your opinions on entertainment cryptos? Projects like Hello Labs, projects like Audios. Do you think metaverse projects in general? Do you think they have good potential in the crypto space for the long term?
Definitely they have, how we saw the big hype, when it was like a hype about NFTs and all the stuff. And for example, what I realized, my favorite like a gaming token like metaverse and entertainment is in Gala, because they have like many sectors, filming, music industry and all the stuff, and they have collaboration with some rappers as well, some actors as well in the filming industry, like The Rock is in film. Then there is some in rap. What you call it? What's his name? Always forget his name. The rapper, man, the best one. They have
Eminem.
collaboration. No, no, no. He's the best one, but the second best one. Um,
I'm
but
not going to start
anyway,
a war by mentioning the
anyway,
second best one, but Eminem is the
they
best.
have collaboration with good rappers. Who's gonna be like rapping on Gala. So they're gonna be probably like selling their like live concerts with Gala tokens. So the entry is gonna be with Gala. So yeah, I think it's gonna do really well. And everything goes to that, to be alive, to watch from the streams. I don't know if you guys realize that, but much more people watching YouTube now than they watch TV, because like who is watching TV? I think basically below like age of 40, people don't watch really TV. Just above, like our parents probably watch TV, but our generation doesn't really watch TV anymore. I switch on maybe once in 2 weeks, TV. So I don't really watch TV, and everything is gonna go live on YouTube and these live streams and all this stuff. I see many like conferences as well now. They sell like maybe 500-600 like a live ticket. Snoop Dogg, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Snoop Dogg. So I see many of these like conferences as well. They sell like live tickets, and then no, actually like 500-600 tickets that you go to and watch live, and the rest is just streaming services. And then because they can sell unlimited streaming services, because it doesn't cost a seat. You don't need a hotel, or you don't need a ballroom for those people, so you can just sell unlimited amount of live streams. 20, maybe if you want to attend the event, it's like maybe $150, and then a live stream is like $20. But on live stream you can sell as much as you want. So I think it's gonna be a narrative, and many people gonna watch, and
Yeah,
they're gonna make a lot of money.
definitely.
This
We've
project gonna
got
make a
a
lot
lot
of
of
money.
influencers, especially during the bull run,
Yeah.
trying to get people into crypto and getting them to buy their NFTs. And the fact that, this hustle project is already being recognized by some um celebrities, even though I don't know them because I'm not crazy on American rap music. We've still got it being recognized by these people. So I think we've gotten to the point where we should address the viewer comments, and there are a lot of them, but first come first serve. We're going to look at some of the comments and some of the projects that they're asking us to cover here today. And I'm going to skip some, but I'm going to touch on this GLQ. I love GLQ. I'm super bullish on it. Why? Well, I'm scared of saying this word again because it sounds a little bit over repetitive at this point, and that's blockchain tools. Because GLQ is a good project. It aids adoption, especially because of this no code movements. People like to get started with some of these things without having to know all of this coding and stuff like that. And JLQ does just that. Is a platform that allows people to um, write smart contracts without necessarily having to code. It provides an integrated development environment, and I think all of these things aids adoption. So GraphLink is an interesting project. It provides a set of tools, including an IDE and an engine that runs simultaneously with multiple blockchain and centralized data stream to offer service of automation and process without coding skill required. So is a project that aims to push innovation, makes it easier for people to get started within the space. Is blockchain is multiple, it's got multiple blockchains, so there's interoperability as well, and it's a low market cap, $3 million in market cap. These are the kind of projects with strong utility that I like to invest in before the next bull run, because many people, another project that I get similar vibes of with this is MITx, Morpheus Labs. So projects that aim to simplify Web3, that aim to simplify the crypto space, I think they'll do well because crypto is intimidating, it can be complex, and there's people that just want to enjoy all of these benefits. There's people that have got great intelligent ideas, not meme coins by the way, but great intelligent ideas, and they want to make that idea a reality. Projects like GraphLink Chain, Injective Protocol, MITx will make that a possibility. Then
I
we've
think
also got
Morpheus
projects
Labs is
like,
actually really undervalued now.
yeah, Morpheus Labs. I think that's also a great one. Let me bring it up. So Injective Protocol. um Graphlink chain, in MITx, Morpheus Labs. Let me bring that up. I think those are great projects that have a lot of utility in the space. So MITx is seeing a nice upside to the 12% gains. So $7 million in market cap. I think MITx is another great project. Describes itself as a blockchain platform that aims to simplify and expedite dApp development while giving users the flexibility to choose between programming languages and blockchain runtimes. So, if you're bullish on Web3, if you're bullish on this space being adopted more, then you'll be bullish on projects like Injective Protocol, Morpheus Labs, and Graphlink Chain. I think those projects are really good. So, I'm going to move on to the next comment. Do you have any thoughts on any of these projects, Marco?
I like Morpheus Labs the most. I own myself Morpheus Labs, and I think it's even now like really undervalued. I think compared to other project, how much they moved, in the February hype and all the stuff. Labs have not moved as much, and people don't see, the like how the big use case, the big utility, the big partnerships as well here as well. Huawei, Amazon Web Services, Elrond, and so many crazy partnerships that they have. So. It's one of those gems that I'm DCAing these times because
Yeah,
they're
and
gonna do really well.
they're also partnering with Labs Group. So I think that's also an interesting
Yeah,
update. So
and
projects that
another
are constantly
yeah.
putting out updates is a good thing. So yeah,
So
I
Labs
think
Group, both of them, I like both of them. So I'm DCAing both of them. So
yeah,
they
so I
they
think
fear me.
Graphic Chain is a good project. I think projects like that will do very well. So hello my friends. I'm so glad to see all of you here. 80% bigger market cap. Let me see. Polkadot, Cardina. Do you have any thoughts on this project? Do you have any thoughts on Polkadot
Yeah.
or Cardina?
Polkadot is one of those projects that doesn't really move in a bear market, but in the bull market gonna do really well. So Cadena as well is a layer one. Is basically is quite new as well. It came out in 2020 or 2021. So this, I mean, Cadena is a new project as well. It's not really adopted still. Like more adoption needed. Like more promotion in general. They have not paid YouTubers like other project did. So it's not like the marketing have not been done properly, and they need to still integrate. Like Cadena need to integrate like coins into ledger. Like more like depths that they can store the coin into, and so many things that are still missing in there. So I think that could be the reason why it hasn't moved. But Cadena gonna go really well. It's gonna go about 40 $50 in my opinion in the next bull run. So Cadena is one
Yeah,
of my favorite. I make a lot of videos about Cadena, and in general, like going back to Polkadot, like Polkadot ecosystem gonna be bullish. But if the main chain like a Polkadot doesn't move, doesn't pump, you cannot expect other layer ones and test nets to move like Moonbeam and Moonriver. So
Kusama.
Moonbeam is like a layer one basically on Polkadot. It's like what is Matic on Ethereum, that is Moonbeam on Polkadot. But if Polkadot doesn't pump, then Moonbeam not gonna pump. If Ethereum doesn't pump, Matic wouldn't be successful. If Ethereum wouldn't be good, Matic would not be successful as. So that's how it works. And when the bull run gonna kick in, they're gonna move crazily because then as soon as Polkadot moves, they're gonna pump like crazy as well. But now you need to buy projects when no one is talking about them. Like when there is a use case, that it's gonna be good, but it's just for some reason it doesn't move. So that's the time to DCA to buy them, because when you're gonna buy, when it's gonna be big hype. So yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean, and I think one of the projects that you mentioned, Cardina, I think is very interesting. Like its all-time high market cap was about 3.7 billion dollars. That's close to 4 billion, and it's sitting at 200 million. So I think this is very interesting. One of if you want to accumulate a gem and you are scared, you don't want to take too much risk, I think mid caps are the best in that regards. And Cardina is a mid
Yeah.
cap gem. For me, a mid cap gem is any project above 100 million but less than a billion. So between a
There are
billion to 100
there
million.
are
So
very
I
few
think
projects I'm not
Yeah,
worried.
I think
Sorry about
Cardinal can be a
tokenomics.
project that is worth accumulating for the long term. It can have some issues like, yeah, 23% for this large of a market cap might not be too good. Inflation might be a concern.
But
And let me see,
it's been
it's on
locked
Binance
for a very
and
long time, so
KuCoin.
they're not gonna release the coins. It's been locked for
Mm,
like a very long time, and you can see they
okay,
have 23%. So if the project is out like 2.53 years, and if the circuiting supply is still low, so why would they dump now? They
okay.
wouldn't. So it
I
seems like
mean,
there are two
it's got a
projects I
lot of
trust, like Terra
potential.
and Cadena, for this 20% circuiting supply. I trust these two projects. I know they're gonna do well. They would have dumped out in 3 years' time if they wanted to. The circuiting supply.
Yeah, and also this the fact that it's proof of work, I think a lot of people are getting interested in proof of work cryptos again, because
Yeah.
it gives you an easy way to earn the crypto just by lending computational power without
Yeah.
too much of a hassle. So I think, yeah, Cardina is an interesting project, a good mid cap gem in my opinion. So let's see. So many projects out there. Robonomics, I've never heard that word before. Polkadot, yeah, I like Polkadot because of its interoperability, the strong focus on interoperability. So we've got like 10 minutes more to go. Let's look at some let's look at some other comments. Seth's just being funny in the comments down here. Xcar. Okay, I looked into Xcar and it's interesting. The
It's
major
a real
challenge
estate
I
project as well.
yeah, the major issue I had with Hector is real estate is just a part of it. It's aiming to do more than real estate. I think it's an entirely new blockchain, an entirely new layer one blockchain. But the main challenge with it is it's not a project that encourages active developments from people outside. I mean, what they are saying is, oh, we built these narratives on our blockchain. Come check it out. We built this other narrative on our blockchain. Come check it out. If a layer one blockchain is to do well, it will be good if developers can build projects on it independent of the team. Take for example, Polkadot. They've got a lot of people building on it. They've got a foundation supporting that building. That's what the team should do. They should support the builders. The team themselves should not be the ones saying, "Oh, you can build." I mean, you can showcase it. You can showcase several examples, but it should be friendly enough for independent developers to build. So, I went on a very long, detailed of Xcar with one of my patrons, and this is one of the things I do in my patron service. I go on deeper details and analysis for my VIP and my inner circle members. So yeah, I looked into it. The idea is good. It's just the problem of adoption. So it's a project that you can invest in because it's another layer one, but you can't. You have to be careful with it. I mean, it's got that potential. It's just they're not doing some things right. They can be doing better. So good idea. The execution just needs some work, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah, I think I'll stop there on Xcar. I think Marco has touched Kusama already. It's part of the Polkadot ecosystem.
Yeah, it's yeah, it was like it did crazy as well. It's like it was like a test net sort of thing for Polkadot as well, and it went in 2020 from at $1 to $600 in the previous bull run. So 600x. So
No.
people don't get me why I say that Moonriver gonna do like 100x from $7 to $700 because it's a testnet for Moonbeam. Kusama was the same for Polkadot, so and it did crazy. Um, you know, I'm happy
Yeah,
to buy
yeah,
this one,
I
and
agree with
people
you.
gonna cry when it's gonna go to $700 each. So
So
Kusama is a good project as well. Yeah.
Altura is definitely that's the next comment up here. I think Altura is a great project. It's a project I've been talking about for a very long time on my channel because I remember because when I kicked off my YouTube channel, Altura was one of my favorite gaming projects. I gave it the title of Save Degenerates Peak, like because the market cap was so low then. It was about
Yeah, 5-6 million. Yeah.
yeah, 0.01. So I was like, for
Yeah.
what this project is doing, this is the safest degen play you can make right now. I gave it that title of safest degenerate pick. And I really like Altura because it just has so much utility, 73% in circulation, and is a game that also aids adoption, kind of like Graphling Chain, Morpheus Lab that I was talking about, but more within the gaming sector. So I think this project is a very good gaming project, kind of like getting Gala vibes from it, but you
Yeah.
know, is aids Web 2 adoption into the Web 3 space because of the Unity verified solution aspect of it. And Unity is the biggest, no, second biggest, I think, after Unreal, either Unity or Unreal, but Unity definitely has the biggest marketplace for game developers. So if it's a Unity verified solution, that means, they are giving them a nod to how well game developers can get started in the Web3 space. So with Altura, you can create, update, and transfer NFTs in game without technical complexity or costly investments. So without technical complexity, very important points here that they are making. Ease of adoption is a big deal in the crypto space because of how complicated crypto can get. So I think Altura is a great gem sitting at a market cap of less than 100 million. Is still a low cap gem in my opinion. I think this project has a lot of potential. Good gaming projects. I mean, so yeah, look at some examples of games that you can develop on it. But more than just that, is a great blockchain too.
I'm up
I like
4x
that
already
term
on
of
Altura.
blockchain too. Yeah,
I'm
it's
up
gone over 4x
4x
from when I was
on
covering it
Altura.
on
Yeah.
my channel.
What they are missing, in my opinion, as well, I feel that they are waiting for the bull run to start, and then they're gonna release probably like KuCoin. They're listed only on Gate.io and on one or two more exchanges, and the rest
Yeah,
is the only Dexys.
that
Missing
shows how
good
early you
strong
are in the project.
exchanges. Yeah,
Pancake Gate
missing
and
good strong.
Big very few.
I have a feeling that they're gonna list on KuCoin in the bull run for sure,
To be
and
honest,
then
I won't be
gonna have a
surprised
lot
if
of
they list
success.
on Binance. It's got
Ah,
strong,
Binance.
solid
Binance
utility.
is too big. I would be happy with KuCoin. KuCoin is more realistic.
Yeah, it just goes to show how good this project is. I'm bullish on Altura. I think it will do very well, and the fact that it's a blockchain to meaning many people can get started, build with simple, powerful APIs and SDKs. So it's friendly to developers, it's friendly to gamers, it's friendly to game builders. Is a good bridge from Web 2 to Web 3. Yeah, I'm bullish on Altura. So I think this would be the last one. We've been going up over 2x. I said 2x. God, my mind is so much into crypto. I wanted to say 1 hour. I said 2x. So we've been live for we've been live for an hour. We've been live for an hour now. So I think we'll
SSM's
just
battery is dying, so
so yeah, 8p. I haven't talked about e-commerce crypto in a while, and it's another sector that I really like. You know, it's a sector I talk about like for STMX. Is a sector I also talked about for Koti. I think e-commerce has a very strong use case in the crypto space, and 8p does just that. People it helps merchants and people and their clients connect, kind of like the way I like freelance. A borderless means of helping people connect and achieve their goals, more security, more transparency. So HPay is within the e-commerce aspects, while projects like Hive and Laceria are in the freelance aspects. And it's got this extra benefit of bringing utility to many other crypto projects. It's all well and good if you're a fan of Cardano or a fan of BNB or you're a big fan of Polkadot. But what's good is it if you can't use these projects unless you convert it to fiat or unless you convert it to USDT. So projects like Hive, projects like HP give you this option of using these crypto projects without having to convert them first. And I think that's a great use case. Being able to utilize your crypto projects without having to convert it to fiat or to stable coins is a big deal. So projects that do that give utility to many other projects within the crypto space. So yeah, let me bring up 8p the charts and what they aim to do. You can give us your thoughts on that in the meantime. What do you think about HPA? What do you think about e-commerce
I
cryptos in
haven't
general?
I haven't been covering it actually for a long time. I think I have not seen like YouTubers that used to talk about it have not been covering it. But of course, they have a use case. You know, it's like a payment like a system. So basically, they can pay in crypto for goods and services, which is always good. You know, that's the basically the most use case for obviously crypto. We don't want to
Yeah, I
convert
want to
our
spend it.
crypto into fiat again to pay the fee again. So we just want to spend crypto. So it's basically utilizing the crypto to not need to convert it into fiat. So it's definitely a good project, good idea. I just have not seen it talked about a lot as it used to be. I think about 6 months ago, like many people talked about it. Now it's maybe on more like a downtrend. What's the price of 8pay now?
Sorry,
So
I
how?
was muted. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
muted. Okay,
yeah.
so
I see. I was like, you're gone.
890K in market cap, and I think that's interesting. So I'm going to
How
look
much?
into it, but 890K in market cap.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
very
think
low, very low. Yeah,
very few
yeah.
of us have spoken about it. I think Seth is the one that spoke about it the most, 69%
Crypto
with
Gains
celebration.
talked about it before. I remember,
Okay,
like
so
long time back, like maybe a year ago or 6 months ago or something.
there's some bearish comments talking about the team. So I'm going to look deeper into this project, but the idea is certainly good. You know, like I said in the beginning of this live stream, there's some projects with great idea but not so great execution. So maybe HP has some issues to work on, because yeah, not everybody
There
is
is
happy
probably a
with it.
reason
Not
why people
everybody
don't
can
talk
be
about
happy
it. I
with the
don't know.
project, but it's
Mm.
certainly something that has a good idea and a good use case. So yeah, HPay, what they do, an intelligent smart contract architecture that makes crypto wallets work just like regular bank accounts, and then you can get started shopping on several websites. So HPay works, is just no marketing. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's a major issue with a lot of
That's
crypto
why I said I
projects.
have not seen people talk about it like in the past 6 months for sure. So
Yeah, I've made a video on it just once, I think. But I like the idea. I like the fact that you can shop, especially, someone like me. Amazon is not available in my country back in Guinea, and stuff like that. So all those limitations, removing them is one of the reasons why I like the blockchain. So an unbiased, borderless means of pay, enjoying all of these things. So yeah, I made one video about it. This so I talked about Fabwell and XP. Even before I made buy alerts on this project, I made videos on them. So I think that's actually quite interesting. Fabwell on Fabwell on what's price? 0.0029. I wonder what price Fabwell is on right now. Let's see.
007 something like that. I think
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so
zero zero seven five.
over a 2x from this point, but we're not talking about Fabels, we're talking about 8P. I think 8P is an interesting one. I made a video. If you'd like to see more of my thoughts on it, you can check out that video on 8P. So yeah, I think I'll end the live stream here today. I'm quite tired right now. We've been live for over an hour,
We
and
talked a
I really
lot.
appreciate every single one of you here. Thank you so much for joining us, Xander. I think we'll call it a day. I really appreciate you for joining me in today's live stream, Marco. Always a pleasure to have you here. Seth, I know you're trolling me, right? Cat girl, because I'm a fan of anime. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I'll see you next time. I love you all.
Thanks for
Stay
having me,
safe
mate.
and
See you
take
guys
care.
next time. See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.